Welcome on in, guys. It is three bold takes. Quinn, Chase, and Freddie, and the week is finally here, man. We've waited. We've talked about it all year long. It is Heisman week, also Army Navy week, as if y'all celebrate. Heisman week, though, and as always, we're presented by SeatGeek. Use our discount code three bold takes to get $20 off your first ticket purchase. Concerts, games, whatever you want to use it for, $20 off. Use our discount code three bold takes, guys. This is a Heisman race, one of the better ones in the recent years, in my opinion. Not just quarterback filled, not top heavy with quarterbacks. You got it's mainly three people we've come up with, but you got Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, and if you really want to throw Dylan Gabriel in there, you can. But it's mainly with the top two. But after that, I don't really know who you go to next. It depends on your favorite odds on site that you like to use for the next few. But Quinn, talk to me about this Heisman Trophy race this year, man.
Yeah, I'll start with this. If you're saying Dylan Gabriel should win the Heisman Trophy, you're wrong. He's my number three. He's a solid number three. He led an undefeated Oregon team. Good job, Dylan Gabriel. Now let's get to the conversation that's really at hand here. Ashton Genty having maybe the best running back season ever versus, Travis Hunter having maybe the most incredible feat of two-way player that we've seen since before World War II. So for me, I side Travis Hunter in this whole thing. I kind of have all year long. I was like, if he can play at a high end caliber on both sides of the ball in every game for an entire season, that is more impressive than any like astronomical stat number you can give me. Like, I mean, it like you could have given me Derrick Henry 2015 versus Travis Hunter 2024, and I'm taking Travis Hunter 2024. What he has done for the duration of the season has been insanely impressive to me. He has played like a top 15, top 20 wide receiver in the country, and that's not even his primary position group. And he's played like a top 10 corner in the country for the entirety of the season in every game. That is unbelievable and should, in my opinion, if you're asking who is the most valuable player to their team in the country, because I don't necessarily think team success matters a whole lot when it comes to determining the Heisman Trophy winner. Um, he is the second best offensive player at Colorado and the best offensive weapon for the quarterback to use. And he is the best defensive player for Colorado. He is by far the most important player to his team. Ashton Genty is a very close second, though, because Boise State would not be what they are without Ashton Genty, period. But at the end of the day, the fact that I have seen have I ever seen a running back season as good as what Ashton Genty has done? No. Have I ever seen elite running back seasons before? Yeah, Barry Sanders, Derrick Henry, Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Mark Ingram, Reggie Bush. We've seen it. Have I ever seen a player play top end college football on both sides of the field for the whole season? No, I have never seen that. So yeah, that's why I'm going Travis Hunter. It literally just comes down to playing elite football on both sides of the ball for an entire season in every game.
Yeah, I think it's very unfortunate that both of these players are playing the way they are in the same year, right? Like Genty should win the Heisman. Like his numbers, his performance, his impact on the team tells me he's a Heisman winner. But when you look at Travis Hunter, which I'm going to be honest with you, I was Genty all the way this season. Um, I think, I mean, he sat out second halves of a lot of these games or even the fourth quarter where he could be, I mean, his numbers could be record breaking at an all time level if he would have played the entirety of every single game and tried to stat pat. He didn't. I respect that. I respect the heck out of that for him not saying, no, I want in because I want this record. I want in because I want this Heisman. He played the way he's supposed to and played with his team the way he's supposed to. Travis Hunter is the best player in America, in my opinion. Whether you put him at receiver or corner, he's the best player in America. He's top 10 in receiving grade. He's top 10 in defensive grade when you look at the PFF ranking. That's incredible to be top 10 in both. Now, if you came to me and said he was, 7th in receiving, but he was 30th on the defensive end, okay, it's Genty's all the way. But if you look at he's top 10 in both, now number of snaps, you can take that stat and throw it out the window. I don't give a crap about that stat. Personally, I mean I don't it's cool.
Fair.
It's cool that he has longevity and stamina, but stamina does not determine a Heisman Trophy winner. It's your impact on at your position, whether it's one position or two positions. And his impact at both positions cannot be denied and shouldn't be denied. So I think Travis Hunter should be your Heisman Trophy winner. And according to the odds, he will be the Heisman Trophy winner. Shout out Ashton Jeanty, though, for having an unbelievable season. He is the only reason why Boise State is where they're at. If they couldn't run the ball, they would not be a playoff team. So shout out him. And also shout out Travis Hunter for playing in the bowl game. He's already said that him and Shador are going to play in the bowl game. I like that. They're not quitters. They're not quitting on their team. So shout out them for that. But Travis Hunter will be your Heisman Trophy winner.
I guess I want to clarify. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Glenn. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say real quick, I threw in the stamina thing as kind of a cherry on top type deal, where you're playing top 10 on both sides of the ball, and you're doing it playing every snap of every game for the whole season, more so than strictly the longevity is the reason.
Yeah, I was more so talking to the Colorado fans that were like, it's undisputed, and I've seen people on Twitter saying that that's not a stat. Snaps played is not a stat. So wasn't it you? It was more so the Colorado fan base.
Got you.
And a lot of people that are going for Hunter are saying that overall is just like, oh, well, he plays so many snaps. Like nobody else, which is true. Nobody else really does that. But anyway, and what Freddie said, I mean, these two players competing for the 2024 Heisman Trophy is just, it sucks for the common fan because, man, either of these seasons could win it. Most likely in the past 20 years, like in the past 2 decades, either of these seasons could have probably won the Heisman in any given year. So it's really cool to watch. Genty's season's not over, which is really cool. He still has a chance to break Barry Sanders' record. I think he's about 130 yards away. For me, though, what I go for, I love what Hunter does. I think he's been extraordinary. And I know he's going to win the trophy. Let's just get that out there. I know he's going to win it, but I'm going to keep my feet stamped where I am. I'm going to keep myself rooted. I love Genty's season because I think if you take him off this team legitimately, they're no better than a 7-win team. They don't win a conference championship. They do not have a first-round bye in the first ever 12-team playoff. Boise State is not who they are. Their quarterback, when we talked about the Mountain West Conference Championship this past weekend, I mentioned he plays a clean game. He's a good quarterback, but he's not over the top. He wasn't a Kellen Moore that was going to get them to win the conference championship, that was going to do everything on his own. He's a good quarterback because Jeanty is such a powerful runner that it allows the passing game to open up. And so everything runs through Jeanty. And I believe, if I knew the stat off my head, but I think he averages 5 to 6 yards after contact, which is also saying that his offensive line aren't all first-round offensive linemen. They're not some Alabama 2011 whatever Joe Moore Award offensive line. They're a decent offensive line, but the guy is still, hey, I'm getting hit and I'm still going. And if you watch the Mountain West Championship, you saw some really tough tacklers on the UNLV side just go for rides all night long. And it's kind of funny that Boise State is a Bronco because that's how they were riding all night long, was on a Bronco of Ashton Jeanty. So for me, it's still Ashton Jeanty. He's 130 yards away from making history. I believe he gets it. But I think this is also a testament to kind of like the MVP award in the NFL. maybe you move the Heisman. Definitely with all these extra games now, that you move it to after the season, or after a different, maybe first semifinals or something. I don't know. Maybe you move it around because there's still valuable football being played, and you're going to see that because like even you won't get to see Travis Hunter again in a bowl game, and you won't get to see what he gets to do against maybe a meaningful, like what if Alabama and Colorado played in a bowl game together? How well does Travis Hunter hold up against an Alabama team compared to Boise State and Ashton Genty playing? But again, Travis Hunter, top 10, and like Freddie mentioned, on both sides of the ball. That is just awesome. And that's insane. Like somebody else, think about that. Like we had a defensive player win it 1 year in Charles Woodson, but he didn't do what he did. The reason Charles Woodson was so good is he played extremely well on defense, and then he was a returner as well, which really helped his grades, or helped him win the Heisman. Travis Hunter is, if you can name me another receiver on the Colorado team, if you can name me another cornerback besides Deion Sanders' son on the team, man, you might have me blown away, but you can't. That's how good Travis Hunter is playing. It feels like it's Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter only. And so maybe that's the media hyping it up or whatnot. I think Travis Hunter's had a wonderful season, but for me, I'm still going to stick with Ashton Genty. I think he is so close. I think he is across the board. He's number one in every PFF grade as a running back. Yards per carry, rushing yards, of course, attempts, touchdowns. I think maybe not touchdowns, but the whole nine. So I think he is what the back is. Better seasons than Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram, Reggie Bush. And those all those guys won Heisman's. So it's really tough this season, man. Praise the Lord, though. When we talked about the Heisman in the preseason, I said, "Golly, if one of those stupid quarterbacks like Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, or whoever else is going to have a mediocre season and win it, I was going to be pissed." But no, we were blessed this year to have these two wonderful guys be up here and compete. And it's a great Heisman season, at least, and probably since Devontae Smith, I'd say.
I also think that Genty's yards per carry after contact is still ranked top 10 in the country. If you was to just take that stat, like that's incredible.
That's wild.
like that is absolutely incredible that he is who he is and has been able to do.
I'll add this. I think, Chase, you bring up a really good point about waiting until the season's over, because I think we're all pretty much in agreement that Hunter is probably going to win this trophy. But what if Travis Hunter in Colorado drew in Alabama and Ryan Williams absolutely toasted Hunter on national TV, and then Ashton Genty turns around in the quarterfinal, draws Penn State, and runs for like 203 tutties, and Boise State upsets Penn State and goes to the next round? It wouldn't happen, but what if that happened?
I'm a proponent of leaving it the way it is, and to me, I think it should only be judged for the regulars, to be honest, because you get the
That's
exact
fair.
same number of games to compare each person. Like Travis Hunter, like his team's 9-3, but as good as he is, he probably accounted for a couple of those wins. But like,
At least 4.
Yeah. So I think you still have to judge based on the same number of games, body of work.
Okay, I mean, and that's fair.
Yep. I'm not mad at it. I brought it up because of, postseason play that you're going to see. But yeah, I see that too. Guys, let us know who you like for the Heisman. Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, Dylan Gabriel's even thrown in there. Maybe if you're an Indiana fan, you're voting in Curtis Rourke. Who knows? But guys, the 3 Bold Takes, and for SeatGeek, our discount code 3 Bold Takes, guys. We're so thankful that you watched, that you listened, that you are subscribing. For Chase, Freddie, and Quinn, we're out.